Australian Information Security Manual. In audiobook format. Please subscribe and like for more content. Part 8. This part of the audiobook will cover the following sections. Guidelines for enterprise mobility. Mobile device management. Mobile device usage. Let's begin. Guidelines for enterprise mobility. Mobile device management. Types of mobile devices. These guidelines describe the use and protection of mobile devices, such as smartphones, tablets and laptops. Further guidance for laptops is available in the Guidelines for System Hardening and the Guidelines for System Management. Mobile Device Management Policy. Since mobile devices routinely leave the office environment, and the protection it affords, it is important that a mobile device management policy is developed and implemented to ensure that they are sufficiently hardened. Security control. A mobile device management policy is developed and implemented. Security control. A mobile device management solution is used to ensure mobile device management policy is applied to all mobile devices. Approval for use. Due to the requirement for the provision of keying material, all mobile devices that process, store or communicate secret or top secret data need to be approved for use by the Australian Cyber Security Centre, ACSC, before keying material will be issued. Security control. Mobile devices do not process, store or communicate secret or top secret data until approved for use by the ACSC. Privately owned mobile devices. Allowing privately owned mobile devices to access an organization's systems or data can increase liability risk. As such, an organization should seek legal advice to ascertain whether this scenario affects compliance with relevant legislation, such as the Privacy Act 1988 and the Archives Act 1983, and also consider whether the increased liability risks are acceptable to the organization. If an organization chooses to allow personnel to use a privately owned mobile device to access their organization's systems or data, they should ensure that it does not present an unacceptable security risk. This can be achieved by encouraging the use of an ACSC-approved platform, with a security configuration in accordance with ACSC guidance, along with enforced separation of work data from any personal data. Security control. Legal advice is sought prior to allowing privately owned mobile devices to access systems or data. Security control. Personnel accessing official and protected systems or data using a privately owned mobile device use an ACSC-approved platform, a security configuration in accordance with ACSC guidance and have enforced separation of work data from any personal data. Security control. Privately owned mobile devices do not access secret and top secret systems or data. Organization-owned mobile devices. If an organization chooses to issue personnel with an organization-owned mobile device to access their organization's systems or data, they should ensure that it does not present an unacceptable security risk. This can be achieved by using an ACSC-approved platform with a security configuration in accordance with ACSC guidance. Security control. Personnel accessing systems or data using an organization-owned mobile device use an ACSC-approved platform with a security configuration in accordance with ACSC guidance. Storage encryption. Encrypting the internal storage, and any removable media, for mobile devices will prevent an adversary from gaining easy access to any sensitive or classified data stored on them if they are lost or stolen. Security control. Mobile devices encrypt their internal storage and any removable media. Communications encryption. If appropriate encryption is not available to protect data in transit, mobile devices communicating sensitive or classified data will present a security risk. Security control. Mobile devices encrypt all sensitive or classified data communicated over public network infrastructure. Bluetooth functionality. To mitigate security risks associated with pairing mobile devices with other Bluetooth devices, Bluetooth version 4.1 introduced the Secure Connections functionality for Bluetooth Classic, while Bluetooth version 4.2 introduced the Secure Connections functionality for Bluetooth Low Energy. This functionality uses keys generated using elliptic curve Diffie-Hellman cryptography, thereby offering greater security compared to previous key exchange protocols. In addition, personnel should consider the location and manner in which they pair Bluetooth devices, such as by avoiding pairing devices in public locations, and remove all Bluetooth pairings when there is no longer a requirement for their use. Finally, the Bluetooth protocol provides inadequate protection for secret and top secret data to be communicated between mobile devices and other Bluetooth devices. As such, Bluetooth functionality is not suitable for use with secret and top secret mobile devices. Security control. Mobile devices are configured to remain undiscoverable to other Bluetooth devices except during Bluetooth pairing. Security control. Bluetooth pairing is performed using secure connections, preferably with numeric comparison if supported. Security control. Bluetooth pairing is performed in a manner such that connections are only made between intended Bluetooth devices. Security control. Bluetooth pairings are removed when there is no longer a requirement for their use. Security control. Bluetooth functionality is not enabled on secret and top-secret mobile devices. Maintaining mobile device security. Poorly secured mobile devices are more vulnerable to compromise, and provide an adversary with a potential access point into any connected systems. Although an organization may initially provide secure mobile devices, their security posture may degrade over time if personnel are capable of installing or uninstalling non-approved applications, or disabling or modifying security functionality. Furthermore, it is important that security updates are applied to mobile devices as soon as they become available in order to maintain their security posture. Security control. Mobile devices prevent personnel from installing or uninstalling non-approved applications once provisioned. Security control. Mobile devices prevent personnel from disabling or modifying security functionality once provisioned. Security control. Security updates are applied to mobile devices as soon as they become available. Connecting mobile devices to the Internet. When connecting mobile devices to the Internet, best practice involves establishing a virtual private network, VPN, connection to an organization's Internet gateway rather than a direct connection to the Internet. In doing so, mobile devices will be protected by additional security functionality, such as web content filtering, provided by an organization's Internet gateway. A split-tunnel VPN can allow access into an organization's network from other networks, such as the Internet. If split tunneling is not disabled, there is an increased security risk that the VPN connection will be susceptible to intrusions from other networks. An organization can refer to the relevant ACSC security configuration guidance for mobile devices on how to mitigate this security risk. Security control. Mobile devices access the Internet via a VPN connection to an organization's Internet gateway rather than via a direct connection to the Internet. Security control. When accessing an organization's network via a VPN connection, split tunneling is disabled. Mobile device usage. Mobile device usage policy. Since mobile devices routinely leave the office environment, and the protection it affords, it is important that an organization develops a mobile device usage policy governing their use. Security control. A mobile device usage policy is developed and implemented. Personnel awareness. Mobile devices can have both a voice and data communications component. In such cases, personnel should know the sensitivity or classification of voice and data that mobile devices have been approved to process, store and communicate. Security control. Personnel are advised of the sensitivity or classification permitted for voice and data communications when using mobile devices. Paging, message services and messaging apps. As paging, messaging services and many messaging apps do not sufficiently encrypt data in transit, they cannot be relied upon for the communication of sensitive or classified data. Security control. Paging, multimedia message service, short message service and messaging apps are not used to communicate sensitive or classified data. Using mobile devices in public spaces. Personnel should be aware of the environment in which they use mobile devices to view or communicate sensitive or classified data. In particular, personnel should take care to ensure that sensitive or classified data is not observed by other parties in public areas, such as on public transport, in transit lounges and at coffee shops. In some cases, privacy filters can be applied to the screen of a mobile device to prevent onlookers from reading content off its screen. In addition, personnel should maintain awareness of the environments from which they conduct sensitive or classified phone calls and the potential for their conversations to be overheard. Security control. Sensitive or classified data is not viewed or communicated in public locations unless care is taken to reduce the chance of the screen of a mobile device being observed. Security control. Privacy filters are applied to the screens of secret and top-secret mobile devices. Security control. Sensitive or classified phone calls are not conducted in public locations unless care is taken to reduce the chance of conversations being overheard. Maintaining control of mobile devices. As mobile devices are portable in nature, and can be easily lost or stolen, it is strongly advised that personnel maintain continual direct supervision of them when they are being actively used and carry or store them in a secured state when they are not being actively used. Note, while mobile devices may be encrypted, the effectiveness of encryption might be reduced if they are lost or stolen while in sleep mode or powered on with a locked screen. Security control. Mobile devices are kept under continual direct supervision when being actively used. Security control. Mobile devices are carried or stored in a secured state when not being actively used. Security control. If unable to carry or store mobile devices in a secured state, they are physically transferred in a security briefcase or an approved multi-use satchel, pouch or transit bag. Mobile device emergency sanitization processes and procedures. The sanitization of mobile devices in emergency situations can assist in reducing the potential for compromise of data by an adversary. This may be achieved through the use of a remote wipe capability or a cryptographic key 0Es or sanitization function if present. Security control, mobile device emergency sanitization processes, and supporting mobile device emergency sanitization procedures, are developed and implemented. Security control, if a cryptographic 0Es or sanitize function is provided for cryptographic keys on a secret or top secret mobile device, the function is used as part of mobile device emergency sanitization processes and procedures. Before traveling overseas with mobile devices. Personnel traveling overseas with mobile devices face additional security risks compared to traveling domestically, especially when traveling to high or extreme risk countries. As such, appropriate precautions should be taken. Personnel should also be aware that when they leave Australian borders they also leave behind any expectations of privacy. Security control, personnel are advised of privacy and security risks when traveling overseas with mobile devices. Security control, if traveling overseas with mobile devices to high or extreme risk countries, personnel are issued with newly provisioned accounts, mobile devices and removable media from a pool of dedicated travel devices which are used solely for work-related activities. Advised on how to apply and inspect tamper seals to key areas of mobile devices. Advised to avoid taking any personal mobile devices, especially if rooted or jailbroken. Security control, before traveling overseas with mobile devices, personnel take the following actions. Record all details of the mobile devices being taken, such as product types, serial numbers and international mobile equipment identity numbers. Update all operating systems and applications. Remove all non-essential accounts, applications and data. Apply security configuration settings, such as lock screens. Configure remote locate and wipe functionality. Enable encryption, including for any removable media. Backup all important data and configuration settings. While traveling overseas with mobile devices, personnel lose control of mobile devices and removable media anytime they are not on their person. This includes when placing mobile devices and removable media in checked-in luggage or leaving them in hotel rooms, including hotel room safes. In addition, allowing untrusted people to access mobile devices provides an opportunity for them to be tampered with. Security control, personnel take the following precautions when traveling overseas with mobile devices. Never leaving mobile devices or removable media unattended for any period of time, including by placing them in checked-in luggage or leaving them in hotel safes. Never storing credentials with mobile devices that they grant access to, such as in laptop bags. Never lending mobile devices or removable media to untrusted people, even if briefly. Never allowing untrusted people to connect their mobile devices or removable media, including for charging. Never using designated charging stations, wall outlet charging ports or chargers supplied by untrusted people. Avoiding connecting mobile devices to open or untrusted Wi-Fi networks. Using a VPN connection to encrypt all mobile device communications. Using encrypted messaging apps for communications instead of using foreign telecommunication networks. Disabling any communications capabilities of mobile devices when not in use, such as cellular data, wireless, Bluetooth and near-field communication. Avoiding reuse of removable media once used with other parties' systems or mobile devices. Ensuring any removable media used for data transfers are thoroughly checked for malicious code beforehand. Never using any gifted mobile devices, especially removable media, when traveling or upon returning from traveling. Security control, personnel report the potential compromise of mobile devices, removable media or credentials to their organization as soon as possible, especially if they provide credentials to foreign government officials. Decrypt mobile devices for foreign government officials. Have mobile devices taken out of sight by foreign government officials. Have mobile devices or removable media stolen that are later returned. Lose mobile devices or removable media that are later found. Observe unusual behavior of mobile devices. After traveling overseas with mobile devices. Following overseas travel with mobile devices, personnel should take appropriate precautions to ensure that they do not pose an undue security risk to their organization's systems and data. In most cases, sanitizing and resetting mobile devices, including all removable media, will be sufficient. However, upon returning from high or extreme risk countries, additional precautions will likely be needed. Security control, upon returning from traveling overseas with mobile devices, personnel take the following actions. Sanitize and reset mobile devices, including all removable media. Decommission any physical credentials that left their possession during their travel. Report if significant doubt exists as to the integrity of any mobile devices or removable media. Security control. If returning from traveling overseas with mobile devices to high or extreme risk countries, personnel take the following additional actions. Reset user credentials used with mobile devices, including those used for remote access to their organization's systems. Monitor accounts for any indicators of compromise, such as failed logon attempts. Guidelines for evaluated products. Evaluated product acquisition. Evaluated products. An evaluated product provides a level of assurance in its security functionality that an unevaluated product does not. To assist in providing this assurance, the Australian Cyber Security Centre, ACSC, performs product evaluations through the following programs. Enterprise Mobility Evaluation Program, for enterprise mobility products used to protect sensitive or classified data. High Assurance Evaluation Program, for products used to protect secret and top secret data. The Australian Certification Authority within the ACSC also certifies product evaluations conducted by licensed commercial facilities, in accordance with the common criteria, as part of the Australian Information Security Evaluation Program, AISP. For an organization seeking to procure evaluated products, the Common Criteria Certified Products List contains a list of products that have been evaluated and certified in accordance with the common criteria. Alternatively, the ACSC can be contacted for information on both products that are in evaluation as well as those that have completed evaluation via the Enterprise Mobility Evaluation Program or the High Assurance Evaluation Program. Cryptographic Evaluations. The common criteria leverages the Cryptographic Algorithm Validation Program for the evaluation of cryptographic algorithms used by cryptographic modules within evaluated products. All cryptographic evaluations are performed by cryptographic and security testing laboratories that are accredited by the United States National Voluntary Laboratory Accreditation Program to International Organization for Standardization/International Electrotechnical Commission 17025-2017, General Requirements for the Competence of Testing and Calibration Laboratories. Protection Profiles. A protection profile, PP, is a technology-specific document that defines the security functionality that must be included in a common criteria evaluated product to mitigate specific cyber threats. PPs can be published by a recognized Common Criteria Recognition Arrangement, CCRA, scheme or by the CCRA body itself. PPs published by the CCRA body are referred to as collaborative PPs. The ACSC recognizes all PPs listed on the Common Criteria website in addition to those listed on the ACSC's website. Where a PP does not exist, an evaluation based on an evaluation assurance level, EAL, may be accepted. Such evaluations are capped at EAL2+ as this represents the best balance between completion time and meaningful security assurance gains. Evaluation documentation. An organization choosing to use common criteria evaluated products can determine their suitability by reviewing their evaluation documentation. This includes the Security Target and Certification Report. Products that are undergoing a common criteria evaluation will not have published evaluation documentation. However, documentation can be obtained from the ACSC if a product is being evaluated through the AISP. For a product that is in evaluation through a foreign scheme, the product's vendor can be contacted directly for further information. Evaluated product selection. A common criteria evaluation is traditionally conducted at a specified EAL. However, evaluations against a PP exist outside of this scale. Notably, while products evaluated against a PP will fulfill the common criteria EAL requirements, the EAL number will not be published. Security control. If procuring an evaluated product, a product that has completed a PP-based evaluation is selected in preference to one that has completed an EAL-based evaluation. Delivery of evaluated products. It is important that an organization ensures that products they purchase are the actual products that are delivered. In the case of evaluated products, if the product delivered differs from an evaluated version, then the assurance gained from the evaluation may not necessarily apply. Packaging and delivery practices can vary greatly from product to product. For most evaluated products, standard commercial packaging and delivery practices are likely to be sufficient. However, in some cases more secure packaging and delivery practices, including tamper-evident seals and secure transportation, may be required. In the case of the digital delivery of evaluated products, vendor-supplied checksums can often be used to ensure the integrity of software that was delivered. Security control. Evaluated products are delivered in a manner consistent with any delivery procedures defined in associated evaluation documentation. Security control. When procuring high-assurance ICT equipment, the ACSC is contacted for any equipment-specific delivery procedures. Evaluated product usage. Evaluated configuration. An evaluated product is considered to be operating in an evaluated configuration if functionality that it uses was in the scope of the evaluation and it is implemented in the specified manner. Only product updates that have been assessed through maintenance and re-evaluation activities, known as assurance continuity, have been applied. The environment complies with assumptions or organizational security policies stated in the evaluation documentation. Unevaluated configuration. An evaluated product is considered to be operating in an unevaluated configuration when it does not meet the requirements of the evaluated configuration and guidance provided in its certification report. Patching evaluated products. In the majority of cases, the latest patched version of an evaluated product will be more secure than an older unpatched version. While the application of patches will not normally place an evaluated product into an unevaluated configuration, some vendors may include new functionality which has not been evaluated with their patches. In such cases, an organization should use their judgment to determine whether this deviation from the evaluated configuration constitutes additional security risk or not. Installation and configuration of evaluated products. Product evaluation provides assurance that a product's security functionality will work as expected when operating in a clearly defined configuration. The scope of the evaluation specifies the security functionality that can be used and how a product is to be configured and operated. Using an evaluated product in an unevaluated configuration could result in the introduction of security risks that were not considered as part of the product's evaluation. Security control. Evaluated products are installed, configured, administered and operated in accordance with vendor guidance and evaluation documentation. Security control. High assurance ICT equipment is installed, configured, administered and operated in accordance with guidance produced by the ACSC. Use of high-assurance ICT equipment in unevaluated configurations. Given the value of data being protected by high-assurance ICT equipment, it should always be operated in an evaluated configuration. Security control. High-assurance ICT equipment is always operated in an evaluated configuration. This is the end of Part 8. Please subscribe and like for more content. More parts will continue.